Yo, Austin here with Outer World Media. Welcome back to another video, guys. One that is long overdue. It's been a while, guys. It's been just short of 3 months. I looked at the dates and just short of 3 months since my last video. As you can expect, I've been busy over the last few months. Obviously, I have a newborn child. Well, not newborn now. She's 3 months old, guys. Time is just flying by and whatnot. So we had that. We've had storms here lately. We've had tornadoes touch down right by where we lived. So, all kinds of fun stuff. And then on top of that, as you can tell, if you guys have been around for a little while, the scenery's changed yet again. We've moved. So I will say, I thought moving was a pain before. It's even worse when moving with a small child. If you've never done that, it's about 100 times harder, especially if it's a baby, because they don't understand the concept of moving, and so you kind of got to work around their schedule, as far as getting stuff set up. So that's why you can see the spare bed here in the background. We had family in over the weekend for the 4th of July. That's why it's not made. I got boxes up against the wall over here. This will be the home office, so I'm hoping within the next week or two to kind of have desk and stuff set up. As far as that goes, we did have to downsize a little bit, so I'm not going to have the shelves full of books anymore, but I'm still going to have books, guys. But like I said, I wanted to get on here, kind of check in with you guys. I've kind of been AWOL from YouTube, just watching it to begin with. I have a lot of videos to catch up on. You know, I I could probably catch up on Dustin's videos. I could probably catch up on Faceless's videos. Um, I'm not even going to attempt to watch Kevin's videos. I don't have that kind of time. Old boy posts about 20 videos a week, I swear. But no, I'm just like messing with Kevin when I get the chance. It's been a while since I've gotten to do that, to mess with any of the guys. So like I said, just want to hop on here and kind of let y'all know where we're at and whatnot, and kind of let y'all know what the plan is. So this is going to be a weekly update slash what I'm gonna read slash channel update. I'm not even sure what to label. There's just a whole lot of stuff to talk about in this video. So let's get into it, guys. Last time I made a video, I was talking about I was gonna do buddy reads only. So kind of getting into that, I did fall off the wagon. I did not complete the Sackett series. So I have 3 books still after that, and so I'm gonna pull the phone out here. So for Sackett's, I have Treasure Mountain, Ride the Dark Trail, and Lonely on the Mountain. So I need to finish those 3. Those are high on my list. I need to finish that series and whatnot. I know Jay's working on that right now, so Faceless is working on it. I know Kevin finished the series. I think Roz did, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think Roz did. I don't remember if anybody else finished it. In all honesty, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been on here, so I have that. I do intend to continue reading the Wheel of Time series with my buddy Dustin, as well as Bing Lamb. They have jumped on to join us. So I did finish the first 2 books. We were supposed to read the 3rd book last month in June. I'm going to pick that up here in the next couple of days. I have a book that I'm trying to finish, and now I'm going to pick that up. I told Dustin and Dustin's been super cool about it, as well as Bing. They told me, don't, you're not held to this. Don't feel obligated to, but I at least want to read through the 3rd book. From what I understand, Dustin's told me that kind of you can kind of end there if you want, from what I understand. And read that as like a trilogy, I guess. So I need to start that here soon. But I do have um, some books that I need to finish up, and that's what I want to go over is how I'm going to change things a little bit on the channel. So I'm not going to be posting obviously near as much. I'm kind of having to work around my daughter and my work schedule and whatnot, and helping my wife around the house. Again, nowhere near as many videos as it used to be, but also I'm going to take the Kevin Toll um, approach to reading. So I'm not going to do a monthly TBR anymore. I'm going to just have a stack of books that I want to read, and that's when I'm going to go down. When I get down to a final 1 or 2, you know, I'll make another video showing what more I want to read. Right now, kind of starting off, it's books that I've started that I need to finish. That tail end of last year, beginning of this year, that I need to finish. So I do have a list of those. But again, uh, kind of going into that, what that's going to be. Again, finishing the second series, continuing the Wheel of Time series, and finishing that 3rd book. Um, I do have one that I'm in the middle of right now. I saw that Kevin and Faceless decided to pick up the Walt Longmire series after I told them, or told everybody to, however long ago. I mean, I interviewed Mr. Craig Johnson, coolest dude ever, one of the coolest dudes ever, and they just decided to finally pick it up. I don't understand why they didn't listen to me, but I am on book 16, next to Last Stand. I am like over I'm like 30 something percent of the way through it, so this shouldn't take very long to finish this. I actually have all of these on my Kindle now finally, so I think I have, after including this, I think I have seven left to read, and then I'm caught up on the series entirely. So that's when I really want to finish that before, you know, the end of the year, as well as continue the Dirk Pitt series. This is one kind of funny story. So when my wife had to go to the hospital, she said, "Well, we're gonna have to sit there, bring a book just in case." And so I brought the third, or was this the third or fourth, Dirk Pitt novel, Raise the Titanic. I'm over 160 some pages in, 36 chapters in. And for whatever reason, I don't remember why I stopped reading this. Probably because I had a newborn, and I'm just now kind of starting to get a little bit more sleep. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit more. And that's another thing I want to say too. I know I'm kind of all over the place in this video. Um, Whoever came up with the slogan, you sleep when the baby sleep, obviously did not have an addiction to reading and a desire to read, because while the baby's sleeping, I'm trying to get a little bit of reading in while I can. So again, need to continue and finish that book, um, as well as another book that I picked up that I think I'm just gonna have to start it over. In all honesty, I got about a little under over 160 pages in, and I think I'm gonna have to restart this. I got this. I think this is why I put Raise the Titanic down. I got this right, I think the week that my kid was born. I could be mistaken, but that is Stephen Graham Jones, the Buffalo Hunter. Um, I don't remember why. Probably just because I had a baby, and just was like, I don't have the time to read. So I need to read that. This was one I was super excited to pick up and read, and kind of going over some other stuff too, books that I've picked up that I need to finish. I did pick up Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. I have it on my Kindle. I do need to finish that. I think I'm like halfway, just about through the book. So I need to finish that. Reading Stephen King is still a goal. I actually told my wife the other day, on my bucket list is to read every Stephen King book ever published, including the Bachman books, as far as that goes. So I need to continue that. I do have Ghost of Honolulu. I don't have the book here with me. It's actually in a tote somewhere and it needs to be unpacked. And that's by Mark Hamill, and that's a nonfiction book about Pearl Harbor and whatnot, which kind of leads me, speaking of nonfiction, into the next subject or next topic, and that is I have started, or continued, I should say, back in, what was it, April or May? I think it was end of April, beginning of May. Um, I got led to a podcast series called Hardcore History by Dan Carlin. If you've heard of it, great. If you haven't, it's a gentleman. He does history subjects and whatnot. And I've just been burning through those while I can. I work in an office setting, so there's some times that I can have a headphone in and kind of listen to stuff and work at the same time. And it has given me this desire to read more nonfiction books. So I picked up something that's a little daunting. I'm not going to lie. I got a little bit into this, and I'm not sure how long it's going to take me, but it's a subject, and it's a biography about someone who I've read a couple books by him, but I'm fascinated. I don't know anything about them, and I wanted to learn about them. And this is a new book. I don't ever hardly buy brand new books, but this one I really wanted to. I waited for the price to go down just a little bit. Um, but that is Ron Chernow's Mark Twain biography. My wife ordered this for me. You can tell she got it from Target. My wife is a huge Target fan. Again, I'm kind of put this in perspective. I am 40 something pages in, and it's not even a dent in this book. I mean, this is a tome of a book. This is over 1,000 pages. So this one may take me the rest of the year. I'm not gonna lie. Um, it may take me the rest of the year, but I'm in for this book. I am ready to read it. I'm all in. So again, that's kind of the plan. Like I said, when I can make a video, I'm going to do my best to still keep up with the weekly update as far as that goes. But like I said, I'm just going to try to knock out a couple books this week. As far as that goes, the big ones that I'm going to focus on this week, in all honesty, sorry, I've been leading down to get these books. I really want to finish Next to Last Stand by Craig Johnson, and then I'm going to start, Wheel of Time book three. Was it the Dragon Reborn? I believe is what it's called. So going to start that, and then try to get that hopefully knocked out by the end of the month. We'll see, kind of go from there as far as whether I'm going to continue with the series. I told Dustin I really wanted to and whatnot, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm just kind of here at this point as far as that series goes. If it holds my attention, perfect. Let's keep going. Like I said, the once I do have some other books that I need to finish and get those knocked down. So again, that is my TBR for now, and that is Next to Last Stand, Raise the Titanic, The Buffalo Hunter, Ghost of Honolulu, as well as The Dragon Reborn, and Mark Twain by Ron Chernow. If somehow, some way, and I'm going to add this on there because this is a book that I have not started, but I'm really interested to read it. And yeah, I need to keep reading more Stephen King books. I want to read Vagabonds by Stephen King. I picked this up at my local Ollie's. I don't know if you guys have one. If you do, go check it out. They have some pretty decently cheap books. I paid like $3 for this. I think it was on sale. I think I paid like $2.50 for this actually. But this is the 25th anniversary edition. Again, it looks like it's a little bit of a tome, over 700 pages. But you know what? It's Stephen King. I need to read these and continue getting his books knocked off of my reading list so that way I can eventually meet that goal of reading every Stephen King book ever written by the man. But again, guys, that is, kind of where I've been and whatnot. That's kind of the update for the channel. Like I said, just a little bit change as far as how much I'm going to post videos. How much I get to read is not as much as it used to be. I used to have, 4 or 5 hours a day to read. Not so much anymore, as well as just, how I'm going to do TBRs from now on. Like I said, guys, stick around. I haven't really done any reading, so I don't really have any reviews to post. So it's going to be a little while before I do. I'm hoping maybe by the weekend to have that review up for the Longmire book, but we'll see. Like I said, it's great to be back. Can't wait to talk to you guys down in the comments. Let me know how you guys have been doing. And as far as, Faceless, Hide and Read, I haven't seen Hide and Read on here in a little while. Again, Faceless, Hide and Read, Dustin, Kevin, all the guys. Great to be back. Hopefully get to talk to you guys soon. Can't wait to catch up with Kevin again and say he can finish or have finished the Sackett series again. That's on that TBR list as well, and continue reading with Dustin and Bing. They are one book ahead of me, but I'm hoping I will catch up. So we'll see. But again, guys, it's great to be back, and I will see you guys next time. And hopefully the scenery will be a little different. I'm hoping I got a couple posters signed. I went to the Texas Frightmare this year, so maybe I'll have a couple posters up, something for you guys to look at other than the spare bed. But again, guys, I will see you next time.